Before I start this video, I just want to say, if you can't watch this video and have like a civil discussion in the comments, then get the hell out of here. The last time I made a video about the Samsung Galaxy S8, I got a bunch of stupid comments like these. So if you can't have a normal discussion on this video, just get out of here. What is up guys, welcome back to another video. So I guess at this point, about a year ago, I made a video where I gave my Apple fan perspective on the Samsung Galaxy S8. So now I'm back and Samsung has officially announced the Samsung Galaxy S9. I figured that once again I will give my own Apple fan perspective on the Samsung Galaxy S9. So before I dive into everything, let me just do a quick react to this video. It's called Samsung Mocks iPhone X's Notch and Lack of Fingerprint Sensor During Galaxy S9 Conference. Here we go.
Note 8. Introducing an infinity display that lets you see and do more. We've created a design so sleek and unified you can hardly tell where the screen ends. And as always, there's no notch.
Okay, so there it is.
So take the fingerprint scanner, for example, which we all know is one of the most popular ways that we like to unlock our phones, which is why we didn't get rid of it.
Okay, so there's the fingerprint scanner
Instead,
thing.
we listen carefully to your feedback.
Okay, so there's my reaction to it. They made a funny, so good for them. So now that we got that out of the way, let me actually talk about the Galaxy S9 for a little bit and just give my opinions on the different features. According to the videos that I watched where people actually tried out the Galaxy S9, the overall consensus was that it feels a lot like the Galaxy S8, and from the outside it looks a lot like the Galaxy S8. The one major thing that they changed was they moved the fingerprint scanner to underneath the camera, but other than that, it looks like they mainly focused on internal upgrades for the Galaxy S9. Coming from an Apple perspective, I feel like this is kind of like the iPhone S's of the Galaxies. So first off, let me say that I'm not too big into processors and chips and stuff. I know they're using some kind of specially designed chip for the Galaxy S9, so I mean whatever, that's cool. I mean, to be honest, I feel like the main thing that they upgraded for the Galaxy S9 was the cameras, which I'm fine with because, one of my favorite features of smartphones is the cameras. So the Galaxy S9 has a 12 megapixel camera. Actually, something that I think is really cool and actually kind of surprised me is that the S9 will have dual aperture, which means that it will have a combined aperture of f-stop 1.5 and f-stop 2.4, and so it'll be able to switch between those different apertures depending on what situation you're in, whether you're outside in sunlight or you're in a dark lit environment. I actually think that's a really cool feature, and I think it'll be especially exciting to see the photos taken in low light. Other than that, the S9 is getting what Samsung is calling super slow-mo. In other words, that means that the S9 will be able to record 960 frames per second video at 720p. Once again, I actually think that's really cool. It's really crazy that a smartphone is going to be able to record at that high of a frame rate. It's a bit of a bummer that it's 720p, but I mean, it's better than any other smartphone, so I gotta give props for that. And finally, the S9 Plus is getting dual cameras. It's essentially the same thing that Apple has been doing with the iPhones. One lens is just gonna be, your typical lens, and the other lens is going to be a telephoto lens. And so with that dual lens setup, you're gonna be able to do what Samsung is calling live focus photos. It uses depth perception to figure out what's in the background and what's in the foreground, and it'll add bokeh accordingly. So anyway, that's everything regarding the cameras. Another feature on the Samsung Galaxy S9 is what Samsung is calling AR emoji, and as you can probably guess, this is pretty much a direct response to Emoji on the iPhone X. It tracks your face and turns it into an emoji. However, I will say that I think Samsung might actually be onto something bigger than Apple here. So unlike the iPhone X, the S9 takes your face and turns it into an avatar, and I'm hoping that Samsung takes more of an advantage on this, because this reminds me a lot of Nintendo's Mii's and the Xbox avatars. If you've ever used any of those systems, you probably remember how much fun it was to, make a Mii or make an Xbox avatar. And one of the coolest things was, you can make make a Mii on the Wii U or something, and you can play as your Mii in a game like Super Smash Bros. So I'm actually kind of hoping that Samsung does something similar to that. Why not go full throttle on this and, you know, just be able to use these avatars all throughout your Samsung Galaxy phones? I think it would be really, really cool if they could find a way to integrate this all throughout their platforms. So anyway, that's AR emojis. I mean, it looks like that's pretty much everything new we're getting with the S9. Once again, it really reminds me of, you know, the iPhone S upgrades. They kept the overall physical design of the phone more or less the same, while they just upgraded the internals of the phone. I mean, overall, you know, I think this is a really good phone. I don't really think it's enough to make me switch from iPhone to a Samsung, but I do think that the S9 is a solid phone. I try so hard to have an open mind about Samsung, you know, being an Apple fan, but it's like no matter what positive thing I say about Samsung, some little Samsung troll will come and think that I'm crap talking Samsung. I think Samsung phones are decent phones. Whether you're an iPhone user or you're a Samsung user or you're a Google Pixel user, we can all live in harmony. There's no need to be a little jerk about it. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you guys think of the Samsung Galaxy S9. Thank you for watching this video, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye!